Hi, I'm Teresa Crawley from Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm really excited to be able to show you a 2021 Navion 24V. The reason I'm extra excited about this is because we haven't had one in stock for so long. They've been such a hot commodity. So if you happen to like this one, call today. I know it sounds silly, but we've been selling things that quickly around here. I'm going to show you some of the things that make the Navion so awesome. It's my favorite vehicle. If I were to buy a motorhome today, I would buy a Navion. One of the reasons is that they drive amazingly. They're of course on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. So let's look at a few of those features. First thing you're going to notice is this door was redone in 2020, but they did such a great job. This is probably somewhere you'd put newspapers or magazines, things like that. In here is where you could put trash for when you're outside. But another thing they really thought about was this is going to need a screen or a darkening shade. So they just built it right in the door, and that's going to really cut down on the rattles that you hear when you're driving down the road. One of the other things you'll notice is this 16-foot electric awning. So nice. If it gets too windy, it will have an auto retract feature, so it'll just pull itself right in. It also has some beautiful LED lights, so if you're out here in the evening, it just makes for a nice atmosphere. This coach has full body paint. This is the Tuscan paint scheme. Very pretty. And the reason full body paint is such a big deal is you've probably seen other campers or trailers with decals. Decals tend to expand and contract on the fiberglass body, and then they'll crack and peel and fade over time. This paint's not going to do any of that. It'll stay looking like this for years and years to come. Down here, a little bit of storage. And Winnebago's really smart that they make this plastic, so you can actually rinse it out, and then it's got a little drain area down here. It says keep closed when not in use. So yeah, you're not going to want to drive around with the hole because it's going to make a lot of noise and things, but it's nice that you can rinse that out. There's also a tiny bit of space up here that you could put fishing poles or things like that. Every little bit counts, right? Over here, this little thing is what's called a quick connect. And what that does is you can stick a barbecue grill right on there, and it'll feed propane to your grill. So that's a really nice feature. It pulls right out of your propane tank. And in here we have your generator. It's an Onan 3600 propane generator. Down here, a little bit more storage. And again, in that plastic, so you can clean it out really easily. This is your largest amount of storage here. So they thought out enough room so you could put chairs or maybe even a bike, something longer can fit through here. And you can access it from here or from the back door, whichever's easier for you. There's also little lights in here so that you can see it for the evening time. Back of the coach, we've got a ladder. That's so that you can check for debris up on your roof. You can check your solar panels. Yes, there are 2 solar panels on this unit. If there's anything that you might need to clear off or check, this is the easy way and safe way to do that. Back here, this is that other side of that storage I was talking about. Lots of room. And then back here you have a 5,000-pound towing hitch. So that would actually take a Jeep or a boat, something like that. It'll hook into there very easily. You have a backup camera here, which will auto-populate when you put the transmission into reverse. Makes it really easy to back into a spot. Over here, obviously we're plugged in right now for power. This is also going to be your water bay. And then you also have a hookup for cable if there is some at the place you're staying. This is a big deal. This is your Truma hot water heater. So what that means is Insta-Hot, basically. I think Insta-Hot's a brand name, but you're not going to have a 6-gallon water heater that once you run out of that, you're going to have a cold shower. This is going to keep it coming hot as long as you've got hot water. Really nice feature, especially on a smaller coach. This is something you're not going to want to access. It's a water tank there, so they don't even have a handle there for you. But this is a nice feature, black waste tank flush inlet. That's just to keep it clean and fresh in there. So you can rinse out your black tank easily right there. Over here, freshwater tank and your dump. And then here's that huge propane tank here. That's a 12-gallon propane tank. Nice sturdy latching there. So this is obviously a slide out here, but you'll notice it looks like there's an awning on top. That is what they call a slide topper, and that's just to keep debris, water, branches, things like that from getting into the coach or ruining the seal that's on the outside of that slide. You want to keep that slide in good shape. Over here, driver door. They make it so that you can only access the diesel fuel when you have the door open, so it keeps it nice and safe in there. Another thing I wanted to point out is that this has the Primera upgraded seats, really easy to keep clean, nice and light, so they won't get too hot in the summertime. And then as part of the upgraded chassis, these seats do a lot of great things power-wise, and I'll show you those when we get inside. But mainly on this door here, sorry, it's a little tight, but all your moving of your seat is powered. So you can tip it up or down, back, forth, and it has a memory for each driver as well, and a heated seat. So really nice. As I said, this is the new Mercedes chassis. So you'll notice that the lights are a little sleeker looking this year than they were year before last. It's just a really good looking coach. But actually the most important thing about the new chassis is the way it drives. So they upgraded the transmission to a 7-speed transmission, and I'm telling you, there is no diesel lag. This thing is awesome to drive. I even had a customer the other day come in and test drive this unit. He said, oh, I have had diesels all my life. I know how it's going to drive, but I just want to drive it anyway. And when he drove it, he said, that was nothing like I expected. That was awesome. This isn't like a diesel truck. It's just smooth. It's got lots of pickup. It's fun to drive. We can go on in now, but I wanted to point out that Winnebago added this nice sliding screen. Keeps your animals in, keeps the bugs out. And another really big thing this year, you've got a leveling system. So you have 4-point leveling that are electric here, just like in a big Class A bus. So you just push the power and then hit auto level, and all 4 of those will go down. So what that means is you're not going to have to mess with blocks or trying to get everything even so that you can sit correctly where you're camped. I'm going to close this door and you'll see how nice and quiet it gets in here. So moving into the kitchen, move this out of the way. So they added this nice sprayer for your sink and really deep double sinks. A lot of campers, they don't think of that. So how are you going to wash your bigger pots and pans, things like that? We also have this TV here, but they added the sound bar, so really nice feature. And of course, there's a little bit of storage. They put in a DVD player, and this is for your paper towels. So again, every little bit matters in a motorhome. Lots and lots of storage underneath these, and a full house water filtration system so it won't taste funny. Winnebago also changed the handles this year, which is a really good thing. These are just easier to get a hold of if you've got arthritic hands or anything like that. Here we've got our induction cooktop and a propane cooktop. So you can choose or do both. Really nice feature. Then here you have your convection microwave oven. We've got a refrigerator, and this is a two-way refrigerator. So it is a propane or electric, whichever way you want to run it. Again, power, you got to think about how you want to use your power in here. And then up here we have your generator, start, stop. We can check our tank levels. We can check our battery levels, turn on the water pump. Your slide in or out is here. And just a side note, you have to have your ignition on to put that out. Here's our solar charge controller. I hear the awning going on. The wind kicked up outside. So nice feature. This is your solar charge controller and your inverter system here. Coming into the bedroom area, we've got more storage. And this is where you're going to put your tabletop and the leg for that also. These things are just freebies that Winnebago gives you. So once you're moved into this, these things won't be here anymore, but that's just where we keep them. So as I said before, this is the 24V floor plan. So what the V means is that you have two twin beds, and then a middle piece right here pulls out and then becomes a king size bed. This is a huge, huge bed. See that? All the way to either side. So I always think this is a great configuration if you're a light sleeper, you don't want to bother your partner, or you have a kid that likes to climb in here with you, you like to watch TV in bed, all of those things, this is great. Or if you just really like to spread out when you're sleeping. And it's real easy to do. This also is a great place for your pup to sleep. And then in here we have some storage on either side. And obviously tons of storage all the way around. So each one of these, lots of deep storage here. And another shirt closet here. And your second TV, like I mentioned. All right. Now into the bathroom. Plenty of space in here. It's always a concern. And I've had lots of my taller customers step into this shower, and it is plenty tall thanks to that skylight. Now that white bar you see is just to hang things to dry, and it pops right out, so it's not going to get in the way of your shower. We have a porcelain toilet with a sprayer and a little bit more storage in here. Of course, there's a fantastic fan in here. Lots of places to hang towels and things like that. So in the living room, we have this really great 13.5 BTU AC unit with a heat pump, and you also have a 15,000 BTU heating system in here, which is separate. So plenty of heat and cool, whichever you need. Now, I was talking earlier about that table that we stored back in that closet. So you have the option of putting it here when your slide is out. But if that slide is in, the couch will be covering that hole. But you still have this place that you could eat. And both of these chairs do turn around, just like I have the passenger one, just to show you what that's like. And then this turns into a bed. You do have the option of a theater seating situation here too, but we chose on this one to do another bed. So this actually has sleeping for 6 people. Let's see. I'll just show you how this works because it's quite simple. This isn't like a sofa bed in your house. It actually is the bed. The cushions are the bed here. And it's very, very cushy. And then this piece just drops right down. And that's that. Very easy. And I don't put my back out doing it like some of the other coaches. Okay, let me just put this away and then we can look at the cab area. So you may have noticed this funny thing hanging here. What that is a booster seat for when you are turned around. Because you'll notice that the cab area and the living area have about that much space of a step up. So when you're sitting this way, you're going to have your knees in your chin. That's what those little boosters are. So this is your second booster, and you would just set that on there and hook it around the back. Very comfortable. Up here is your third sleeping area. Really easy to put in, and it also is really nice and comfy up there. And then there's a ladder that you can just hook right here for people. Up there, it's a little bit hard to see right now, but there's windows on either side, so it's not so claustrophobic for whoever's sleeping up there. And then they have nice curtains for a little bit of privacy. Then in the cab area, as I was telling you before, we've got all these power options. So no matter your height or how long your legs are or whatever, this has an option for you. Now, I'm a little bit of a shorter person, so I like having this tucked up, but you can actually pull this out quite far if your legs are taller, and then you can tip it up, tip it down, all sorts of things there. And then of course this has the smart wheel, so you can see all the functions going on, how much gas you have left or how many miles left on your tank that you have, things like that. Also your cruise control, Bluetooth, calling, etc. There's also a feature on here, Hey Mercedes. It's like your Alexa at your house, where you can say, Hey Mercedes, navigate me to the grocery store or something like that. So really user-friendly, really modern. I'm so glad they remade this year. But again, super fun to drive, sporty. You don't feel like you're driving in a camper. Just one more side note here. There's a nice little charging dock for your phones in here with grip. And then a little bit more storage on either side. And we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cup holders in here. So you can certainly bring all your favorite beverages with you. And that's about all I have to show you with the brand new Winnebago Navion 2021. This again is the floor plan 24V. Please call me if you have any interest in this unit. I'm at 303-684-3427. And again, my name is Teresa Crawley. Thanks for watching.